Hello, and today we'll be playing Undefeated. So, Redline's opponent ended up being Cole, somebody 3 times his size. He was supposed to go against another lightweight, but instead they paired him with Cole, and he severely injured Redline. He went all out on Redline, trying to cause as much physical damage as he could. He probably tried to kill him, because earlier on he said that it would be better if he died. So he probably was trying to kill Redline in that match. So the match only lasted 8 seconds, but he kept on beating him up for 38 seconds, and that's when security came in there and they had to tase him just for him to stop. Plus there was so much blood on the floor, and in the med bay there was a lot of blood on his seat, and the doctor told Xander that there's a possibility he may not make it. And then Bruce and Xander had talking in Bruce's room, only for Xander to make some unfair accusations towards Bruce. I mean, he was angry, so he said that stuff, some made accusations out of anger, but it got Bruce angry to the point where he grabbed him by the throat and lifted him off the floor and pinned him towards the wall. And then once Bruce figured out what he did, that's when he let him go, like begging for forgiveness from Xander. So we're going to have a very difficult video. We're going to do a new video. I've been here before. Different circumstances. I haven't been back in this house for a long time. I wanted to forget what this feels like. I thought I had that chance. But this time, this is worse. You didn't deserve this. Not you, and not Red. I never thought I would grow up to be a killer. I was a pretty happy kid. Stupid but happy. That's probably better than the alternative. I wised up quick enough. Happy Solstice, sweetie. This one. This one's special. It's huge. Your father wanted to surprise you. I always thought big boxes like that were just some fake shit you saw on TV. It was way too narrow to fit a puppy inside of, and definitely too small to be a bike. Oh, and BB rifle. Cool. Yeah, you and me can go hunting sometime. I'll take you out back and we can shoot a few rounds. Okay? It's every 10 years old's dream to kill animals. Thanks, Dad. Who the fuck gets a kid a gun for solstice? But I have to fake it. What do you say? Thanks, Dad. Maybe now you'll quit getting picked on in school. God, that's fucked up. I don't know how to respond to that even now. Yeah. They talked about something while I looked at the TV. The local news had a huge church choir singing carols. It was beautiful. Harmonies flowing in and out, bubbling beneath the surface while the melody soars above it all. If I didn't know any better, I'd probably have been moved to tears. I wanted to sing in a choir like that, maybe even do it on TV. I could get rich and famous, then my parents would be proud of me. Dad got off the couch and started for the door. I'm gonna get bundled up. Let's go shoot some cans. I guess I must have been distracted by the choir. Didn't even look at him. Hello, you there? Huh? Repeat what I just said to you. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't hear you. Okay, if you're gonna get sassy with me, then I'll just take this. His claws were sharper than mine, nearly broke the TV remote. I'm sorry. No TV for a week. Dad, go get your clothes on. I'm gonna teach you to shoot. He took one last look at the choir and grumbled. Can't believe they got men singing like that on TV. Maybe I wasn't as stupid as I thought I was, because even then I knew something was wrong with me. It took me a while to figure out what I was feeling. I mostly remember anger, though as a kid it was more sadness than anything else. But not in front of him. Never ever in front of him. I don't know why this one stuck in my head the most. Wasn't even the worst solstice. At least Dad gave me the TV remote back after a few days. Wait, no, he didn't even do that. Mom had to sneak it out from his liquor cabinet. Dad just completely forgot. Lucky for us, too, because we both would have gotten in trouble if he remembered. She was kind of like my partner in crime, always helping me sneak around Dad so I didn't get in trouble for stupid shit. Maybe she babied me. I don't know. But that was just another day where I came running to her to solve my problems. She protected me. I remember Mom always wore this big fluffy purple bathrobe. Dinosaurs don't exactly get the soft daily comforts other people get. But every morning she made breakfast in her bathrobe and hugged me while I got ready for school. Maybe I just needed something soft to hold. She and Dad never could get me to stop clawing myself up whenever I got nervous. But whenever I felt that fleece robe, Sid just calmed me down right away. My blankets had holes. I kept tearing them up in my sleep. But I never once dared to ruin that bathrobe. When I was 12, I asked for one of my own to wear. One argument, one black eye, and 1 week off school later, and didn't want one anymore. It got harder to tell what would set him off. Eventually, I just gave up and stopped wanting things. Hi, honey. Oh, right, it was startled. All of us kids got lined up by a wall after performing so our parents could come pick us up. I wasn't the only kid without both their parents, but there are a lot more moms and dads here. Well, my mom took a while to get to me. Not really her fault. There were a lot of people, and I was all the way at the end of the line. I got used to being the black sheep at this point. The other kids were scared of me. Though in their defense, I was pretty big for a middle schooler, so they gave me a hug. It's nice to see someone that likes me for a change. They like it. You did wonderful, Brucey. I thought I did pretty well, too. I was the only bass, so I laid low underneath the rest of the voices, and not many people really noticed. It's important to have a good foundation to support everyone here. Was Dad able to come? Oh, honey. It was obvious how my dad felt about me joining a choir, but seeing any proof of it just made me sad. And then, when I hit puberty, I stopped getting sad and started getting angry instead. Dropped out of choir. Started getting into fights. Principal recommended I get an outlet for my anger, so Dad signed me up for MMA lessons. I think he was finally proud of me. Not that I was doing any of that shit for him. I just needed to hit something, and leaving holes in my wall at home would probably lead to some trouble. Mom wasn't exactly stoked about me joining a gym, but I don't know what to tell her. By 15, I was already about my dad's size. It's tough going through school with the dexterity and social graces for a 45-year-old alcoholic. 3 years later, I was on track to barely graduate high school. I still hadn't finished growing, Even though the MMA lessons were going well, I wasn't exactly a desirable sparring partner. Whatever. I figured something was going to change soon. Welcome home. Hi. I was worried about you. Do you walk home? It sounds like it's really coming down out there. Yeah, I miss a buzz. I'm sold. The tits again? Yep. Are you going to fill me in on what happened this time? I don't want to piss you off. Well, just get dried off before your father gets home. Don't want him to. What? Alright, nothing. Don't worry about it. I wish he'd at least look at me, for fuck's sake. Even Dad looked at me when he thought about beating my ass. Alright. I need you to sign my report card. Just leave it on the counter. Well, I don't want to forget it, so you should just sign it now. I'll sign it later. Go dry off. Why the fuck won't she look at me? Mom. I grabbed her shoulder as gently as I could, but she flinched away. She turned to face me. Where is he? Who's honey? It's not. Where the fuck is he? It was an accident. As I've seen it coming sooner. He hit me whenever I pissed him off, so when I saw her with a black eye, it all sort of just clicked. And I guess looking back, I should have done a better job of taking care of her in this moment. I could have held her and comforted her. But it turns out I'm really good at being angry. After all, I'm just a big fucking monster. The door slammed. My heart jumped, but Mom looked horrified. I told myself that I would end this right now. You got 10 seconds to get the fuck out. I know you aren't talking to me like that. Honey, please, let's just talk. You aren't gonna put another hand on her. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Move. He bruised past me and started walking up to his room, his bedroom bottle of beer still in his hand. He reeked of alcohol, like usual. Hey. I followed him up and tried to pull his shirt back. Get the fuck out. Fuck off. Who's honey? I don't remember exactly what happened. Dad fought back. He hit hard. I lost control. I don't know. Jesus fuck, Mom. Mom tried to come up and defuse the situation. All scuffle, she got hit. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was Dad. She fell down the stairs and hit her head on the corner of the railing. She was bleeding bad. She was not moving. I don't know why I turned my back to him. As soon as I did, he kicked hard enough to send me tumbling down after. My body fell next to hers. I was too mad to notice a broken rib. There you go. Mommy's boys gets what he wants. You feel good about making it scene, shithead? This is my house. I don't know where you got that attitude, but it's about time you start showing me some respect. He stumbled down the stairs, mumbling. Stupid bitch trying to get in my way. He tried to kick her body and got in the way. He just kept kicking. Don't know what she did to deserve it. Or maybe he decided I was a better target. Who knows? I'm fucking Lucius. I'm a sick son. Everyone's scared of me. I have no friends, no prospects. I've been training for years and I can't even keep my mom from getting hurt. Every kick in my ribs only made the break worse, but I knew I couldn't move. I made a promise that this stops now. He's not going to hurt her any longer. After a while, he must have got tired or bored, I don't know. He smashed his bottle over my head for good measure. At least my thick skull is good for something. Don't ever put that shit in my house again. Got it? I was still clinging to my mom. Kinda hoped he'd just leave us to die. I remember tasting a lot of blood. I didn't raise my son to be a filthy fucking faggot. Please just leave us alone. We'll leave. We'll do whatever it takes, please. If you didn't try to start shit, none of this would have happened. You killed her. She's always trying to cover your ass. Maybe you should have listened to her. Too late for that now. though, huh? If you didn't move, I wouldn't have hit her. She'd be standing here, crying, begging me to let you go. It's your fault she's dead. That's the one that did it. No more laying around and getting kicked. I got up and tackled the piece of shit to the ground. Dan knew how to fight, not well, especially not while drunk, but he knew enough. The broken bottle he still had did some damage too. Doesn't matter. None of this matters. Mom's dead, it's my fault. Go 2 for 2, right? Might as well let out some of this anger and let it build up inside me. He put up a fight, but I kept pushing. Eventually got him pinned up against the wall. I wrapped my hands around his neck and strangled him. He swung, stabbed, clawed at me, but nothing he did could stop me. I looked him in the eyes as he died, and I told myself, you will never hurt me again. What a load of bullshit. I can't get a fucking day away from hearing your voice, Dad. Everything you said to me, everything you did to me, everything you taught me, you broke me. You made me this way, this massive, irredeemable, unlovable monster. I never thought I would grow up to be a killer, but maybe it's in my blood. My head hurts, my neck too. Hurts to breathe. It's kind of sucks considering how much I need air after Bruce. I hear someone sobbing before I can fully register where I am. Please, please wake up. Bruce? Ugh. Even saying that fucking hurts. My cough was proved to be even more painful. Holy shit, Zan. My vision blurs and clears as I start to breathe more. I see Bruce hunkered over in front of me. Bruce, I don't even have time to fully see what happened, but Bruce pulls me into him in a hug. He's sobbing. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, Xander. He's so big and heavy, but right now he's trying to be careful not to lean on me too much. If it sounds sick to both of us, I wrap both my arms over his back or try to at least and hold him as he cries. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am too. And I'm tired of fighting. If Redline were here, he would find a way to lighten the mood. But he's not. All we have right now is us. We hold each other and let our sorrow find its home. Wait, that was you? Bruce doesn't look at me. After I woke up, he kept apologizing. I was only out for a few seconds, according to him. We moved to his bedroom. I figured getting away from the room he strangled me in would help get his mind in order. We sat down. Bruce told me everything. About his parents, about the reason he did what he did. He was second the whole time. I remember hearing about that when I was like 9. My parents couldn't imagine something like that could happen the next town over. They had this weird fascination with telling me about gruesome deaths. Pretty fucked up for a kid to hear that. Well, it's pretty fucked up for a kid to have to go through that. I'm so sorry, Bruce. It's fine. I mean, fuck, it's not. But, you know, tragedy plus time. I don't think it's very funny. Yeah, maybe another 10 or 15 years. When I heard about that, I thought that only the dad died. He sighed through his gritted teeth. Yeah, he did. Mom actually made it through. Though she was different. I don't blame her. He fucked her up bad. I always heard them yelling and everything, but I guess I thought that's just what adults do, that they'd be all bitter after that. Obviously, I know better now. He takes a second before continuing. Mom's alive, but I can't see her anymore. Took her to the hospital. She was silent the whole time, like she was just waiting for it to end. Anytime we walked, Anytime we talked, she barely responded at all. Never looked me in the eye. Flinched when I moved too quick. She was scared of me. And for good reason. I looked too much like my dad. So I promised I'd never put her through that again, and I left. I don't know what to say. She's living with a family friend. I send her money for rent and things every month so she doesn't have to work. I'm sorry. Bruce sniffles and wipes his eye. It's the least I could do for her after everything she tried to do for me. He's providing for the only person that cared for him, and he could never see her again. Maybe it's his own form of penance. Bruce clears his throat. Anyway, I got off on self-defense. Police saw the state of the house, the state of my mom. The scratching all over the walls helped my case, which, hey, part for me, right? His claw scraped against his arm, and it looks like the skin is about to break. I just place my hand over his, and the scratching stops. Sorry. So, you and Mom survived? How did you get by? I did what I do best, I guess. Alright, everyone. That's another win for the Wexter Reaper. That's 5 in one night. If you bet against him, you're just plain stupid. But maybe, just maybe, your luck's about to turn around. What? I thought you said I only have to do 5 tonight. Is there anyone out there that's brave enough to take down the Reaper? Come on, he's all warmed up for you. Just one more. I'll do it. The audience went quiet, all staring at this newcomer. Alright, now we're talking. You boys got accustomed while I get you a waiver. The sleazeback announcer strolled off to his office, a dimly lit space sequestered in the corner of the underground room. Wu scowled, staring the old man down. You got a name? Rex. The two men spoke under their breath. You got a real name. Not one that I can just give out. I suppose I have to find it out by myself. He wasn't sure what that was supposed to mean. I've been watching you fight for some time now. This place is beneath you. Don't you want more than this? What are you, a recruiter? Nick will kill you if he hears you trying to scalp his boys. Not his boys, just you. I'm not here for the hell of it. I entered because there's no other way I could have reached you. Well, you might want to rethink that. I ain't exactly allowed to throw fights. Oh, I have no intention of letting you. The old man stripped his tank top off, revealing a powerful toned body underneath. At the very least, consider this an interview. It could prove to be a good opportunity for you. Your name and lights, free room and board, healthcare. And if I turn it down, then you can spend the rest of your life underground, fighting drunks and licking your wounds. The younger man wiped the cut on his cheek. The last fighter had done some damage and it was still bleeding. Think of it. Bruce's boss returns with some papers and a pen. Alright, I got your standard legal papers. You can't sue if you die. Yada yada yada. Just saw him, mister. He takes the pen and scribbles his name down. Hard. That don't sound too scary. I got you covered. Alright, fellas, last fight of the night. Grandpa Gray is here to put Rex to bed. Bruce and Harvey both glare at the announcer. I got 200 on Grandpa. 50 on Bruce. No, 75. The announcer collects the bets while his fighters move to their corners. Bruce feels conflicted. Most fighters down here aren't really in any shape to be fighting. People come here because they have nowhere else to turn. Harvey's right. Bruce is overqualified for a place like this. Fighting an illegal fighting ring is hard enough to do, let alone fighting one that provides an actual challenge. Bruce is here for sometimes 5 nights a week, tapping his knuckles up and breaking them over some poor sap's jaw. Between that and working out at the gym, he's barely able to make rent on time. At least he has a home, a community. He should be grateful for that. Confined in this dingy, dirty cement prison, hiding his life away from everyone on the surface, he's among his own kind. Big, dumb, violent brutes. That's all he is, that's all he knows, and that's all he ever will be. And now some stranger comes down and offers him an out. It's too much to bear. You boys ready? And glanced at the announcer. They went back to staring at each other. Let's get it on. You fought the commissioner? Yep, a few years back. My first introduction to Fang. I thought he was just a stubborn old piece of shit in a suit. Huh. No, Zan, the man knows how to fight. Does he do it well? Zan, he fucked me up. Raucous cheers erupted from the crowd of men surrounding the ring. They couldn't believe what they had seen. Rex, the undefeated champion, fell in only a few seconds. It wasn't just a victory, it was hardly a fight at all. A landslide, a complete demolition of the man untouched by hundreds before him. Bruce tried to get up, broken, bleeding, and barely breathing. Harvey stood to the side, aiming his icy glare at his opponent, both inviting and threatening Bruce to get up for another round. The crowd's roars wouldn't die down, not while Bruce failed to return to standing. Cries of cheating, rigging their match, stealing their money, drugging the champion. Not that Bruce could hear any of it, his head was pounding, vision blurred, nose bleeding, no, broken by the looks of it, his ribs too, probably. He's choking on his own blood. Nobody bothered to help him after he dropped. Bruce fights through the pain, the days, the confusion, the misery, and hacks up a load of blood, making sure to breathe through his mouth. His attempt to prop himself up on all fours fails quickly, the beast collapsing into his own puddle of blood. The crowd goes wild. Harvey says nothing, simply staring into the ground as the announcer raises tapped up fist into the air, basking in his victory. Bruce stopped scratching at his arm. It was a wake-up call. I was a big fish in a little pond, knocking heads for scraps and pennies, all while there was a whole other world I couldn't even consider. I mean, Fang's been around for a while, of course, but come on. Do you really think some dirt poor, dad murdering dropout like me could ever hold the amount of shit? I just sort of gave up. I was taking scraps because that's all I deserved. But Harvey, I don't know, he saw something in me. And it was the first time I felt like I'd been seen in a long time. All those fools in the crowd, they didn't see me. They saw Wax. They saw a big, stupid, mean monster. Harvey saw I had skill, potential. So he helped me out. Gave me a place to stay, free room, free food. All I had to do was to show up and fight people. And I was already good at that, so becoming champ just sort of happened naturally. Shit, no, not. That makes me sound like an asshole. I always feel like I never earned it, like I never worked hard enough for it. Was just in the right place at the right time. You look the same. But yeah, that's my story. The Miss Harvey pulled me out of a shit life and gave me this new one. A better one. Not even sure if I can call it that anymore though. It's the same shit, different coat of paint. I'm still trapped on the ground. I'm still fighting men that don't stand a chance. No offense. None taken. I still make a fraction of what I'm worth. At least a fraction of the money we rake in. All while my boss keeps the rest of it for himself. Only difference is the legality. Now I don't have to hide who I am. But you still do. I mean, you spent the last few months making a scene whenever we were in the same room. and you always played up that big mean monster persona in our fights. I had to keep up appearances. So you're still hiding who you are. Come on, Bruce. That isn't you. You know that. You always talk about how much you hate being a big dumb monster, but that's all anyone knows you as. Because they have to. He yells the words, and I take a second to breathe. He's not angry or aggressive, just sad. It's all I have. I can either scare people off, or I can pretend I'm not some weird, lonely freak who's trying too hard. And I didn't want to look as desperate as I was. So I figured that if everyone was gonna be scared of me no matter what I do, I might as well own it, lean into it. At least now I can control how they hate me and how much they respect me. Guess that's kind of fucked up when I say it out loud, huh? Harv said I needed to be tough. These people are ruthless, dangerous, so I try to beat them at their own game. When they all look at me like I'm going to kill them, it felt so right. It felt like I belonged. Bruce is crying. He grits his wrists and squeezes. Looks like it hurts. But I am so fucking sick and tired of feeling like this. I don't know how to stop. I'm sorry. I had no idea you were hiding so much. It's better this way. None of these people need to know who I am. Some stupid broken gay freak. I mean, shit, I can't even do that part right. What part? He said as I had to stop him from clawing up his arm. The gay part. I'm AZ. Oh. Every guy I tried being with wants something from me. I could never make it happen. They tell me it's all fine, that I'll get used to it. Then when I can't, they get pissed and leave, and then I'm alone again. Whistle repeat. Bruce sighs and puts his face in his hands. Sorry, that was too much. No, it's fine. I'm just tired. I'm tired of feeling like a failure. I let my mom down. I'm letting you down. I'm letting Harvey down. I let Red down. God, did I ever fuck up with Red? I fucked up bad, Zan. I had so many choices. I had so many chances to do it right. It's been the one light at the end of this fucking tunnel, and now. Bruce hunkers over, sobbing. I might not get the chance to tell him I love him. My heart stops beating. He always tried so hard to know me. He doesn't care that I'm gay. He doesn't care that I'm ace. I never thought that kind of guy existed. And he's here. He's been here this whole fucking time, right in front of me. I was too busy pretending to be an asshole to protect my stupid fucking ego. He stops speaking. There's nothing left to say. I sit next to Bruce as he cries. After a few seconds, I pull him against my shoulder. I love Redline too, but now's not the time to bring that up. I know what you mean. Red's amazing, and I'm sure he's going to pull through this, and you'll be able to tell him. I take a deep breath and let it out. Tell him everything you need to. Without warning, I'm pulled into a hug. Bruce's face leans into my chest, and I do my best to wrap my arms around his broad back in return. His breath is shaky. He'd probably be crying, but I think we're both all cried out at this point. I'll tell him everything. I never want to keep anything from him anymore. You and me both. We owe a lot to Whaleheim. When he pulls through, let's do something nice for him. Maybe get him something nice, like a water bottle. He lets out a soft chuckle between his sniffles. He's crazy about those things. I don't think we have to try very hard to make him happy. All the more reason to really do something nice. Make up for lost time. Make up for something. Make up for everything. I don't think there's anything we can do to make this better. But we have to do something. We have to make sure this doesn't ever happen again. How would we do that? Talking to Harvey would be the first step, but he's out for a week. This is time for our fight. He sighs. Yeah, that too. Bruce takes in a breath and lets it out. His hand reaches into mine and he cuffs my wrist. But he's not hurting me. I watch as Bruce looks around his room, then looks to the ceiling, closes his eyes. His thumb caresses my wrist. It's slow, tender, scared. Okay. I know what we could do. You strangle him. I did. I'm fine, Jordan. Bruce and I are seated in Jordan's office. I spent the night in Bruce's apartment. It was late, and we both agreed we didn't want to be alone after watching what happened to Redline. I know how it sounds. I lost control, Jordan. I didn't have an excuse for what I did. I acted out after emotions ran high, and I hurt Xander. Okay? And I'm telling you this to own up for my actions. Do you need to run any tests or scans on him? Make sure his throat all normal. Drayden makes an annoyed sound. Ideally, we would have done that last night, immediately after you strangled Xander. Drayden. So waiting half a day before coming to me was not just irresponsible, but incredibly dangerous. Right. I will be writing this up and reporting you to the commissioner. Understood. Though he is out of town for a week. Damn it, fine, whatever. Are you okay, Xander? I was shaken up, but I feel fine now. It stung for a little bit after. I guess he didn't really strangle me for long. Lloyd holds his temple with his fingers. That doesn't make it any better, Xander. Bruce, yeah. I'm signing you up for a mandatory anger management course with you. I don't ever want something like this to happen again. Jordan stops writing for a second, then continues writing. Could I get some therapy sessions too? I know it won't fix everything, but it seems to help Xan and Red, so. Of course, Bruce, I'd be happy to schedule you some sessions. I'll give you a call after this to set something up. Is there any more assault that I should be made aware of? No. There's a beat of silence, then Bruce speaks up. How is he? Jordan looks up. He's stable. That's good, right? Yes, it is good. He's alive. So why are you acting like he's dead? He sustained a lot of damage. He might lose a lot of mobility. He definitely lost vision, at least in one eye. I'm starting to feel dizzy again. I don't want to think about this, but I have to know. But he's alive, and he's going to need time to rest and recover. And the medicine is working, but he needs time. The amount we have to use to keep him afloat induces a pretty deep sleep so he's in a coma. Medically induced, yes. A cloud of tears through the fabric lining Bruce's armrest. He looks embarrassed. Thank you. Of course. And thank Kane, the surgeon, if you see him. He's a miracle worker, I swear. I will. We sit in silence for a few seconds and Drayden speaks up. Xander, if I could speak to you privately for a moment. What about Bruce? Someone knocks on the door and Bucky leans inside. Hey. Oh, sorry. Was it interrupting? No, I was hoping you could be here. Should I leave? I'm thinking the best interest of Xander's safety, yes. He didn't. The champ shakes his head, standing and stepping toward the door. No, I get it. It's fine. I'll see you later then. Yeah. With Bruce gone, Bucky stands in front of the door, his arms crossed. So what happened? I sigh. Bruce strangled me last night. Yeah, I heard. Was there any more to the story, or was he just doing that for the hell of it? We went back up to his room after Redline's fight. I said something that set him off, and he snapped and attacked me. It was only for a few seconds, and I feel fine now. Well, he spoke to him about anger management, but then he offered to have some therapy with me. Normally, something like this gets reported immediately, but the only one with firing power is the commissioner. Don't we have an HR department? Well, yeah, we do, but for Bruce, everything has to go through the boss. Wait, you're going to fire Bruce? They both look at me like I'm crazy. Okay, maybe it was a stupid question. Xander, he assaulted you. Like, not even just a petty scrap. He could have killed you. But he didn't. How kind of him. I mean, you're right. It was dangerous. But how is this any different than the fighting we're doing in the arena? Because that's sanctioned. Is it legal? Is Carl getting in any trouble for what he did to Redline? That silence is satisfying, disheartening, a little bit of both. Of course he is. He went too far. Then where is he? We can't find him. What the fuck? He just gone? Well, no. He was taken out of the arena by the guards and then... Yeah, he's just gone. I can't get a straight answer out of any guard. None of the coaches have any idea. And with the commissioner out... Bucky sighs and drops into a chair, holding his head. I feel like I'm going crazy, Xander. I didn't see it before, but it's clear now that he's exhausted. His hair and fur are messy. The bags under his eyes have gone dark, and now he's dropped that casual vibe he always carries. Redline almost got killed last night, and nobody can tell me anything. And now you're getting strangled by the champion. I'm just lost. I was supposed to train you both up. I was supposed to make you able to defend yourselves. Jordan and I wait while he takes time to breathe, clearly on the verge of tears. I'm sorry. I reach an arm across his shoulder and he shakes his head. No, I'm sorry. I let this go too far. I knew this whole thing was wrong. I should have stepped in sooner. I should have said something. I thought I could just do my job and make you strong enough, but nothing could prepare you for this. He looks at me, so I'm putting a stop to this. No more fighting with Bruce. When the commissioner gets back, we're doing whatever it takes to get you out of here safely. That would have been nice to hear a few months ago, Bucky. You're right. You're absolutely right. I thought I could just help you push through. Everything would work out. I was scared of losing my job if I kept speaking up. But I give up anything to make sure this never happens again. So no more fighting. When the commissioner comes back, we're marching in there and stopping this for good. But what else can we do? He's already threatened my job, and if you try anything, he'll just fire you. Here. Losing your job isn't going to change anything. And besides, we need you here. You've been there, good, positive influence. You're the best coach we have. Bucky swallows, looking away. Bruce already said he won't hurt me, not in a fight. And last night was? Look, I know what happened. I know he hurt me. Tensions ran high and I said something awful. I can forgive him for his actions without forgetting what he did to me. He's already carrying a lot of guilt, clearly. Doubling down on it isn't going to help him. If you feel safe with him, then there's nothing we can do to stop you from being around him. But just be careful. I will. He made a mistake last night. We both did. Whether my mistake didn't involve strangling someone. But he's hurting a lot. He's willing to put in the work so that he doesn't hurt others anymore. He wants to be better for himself and for Redline. I told Bucky, let me fight. One more fight, that's all we need. He takes a second to wipe his eyes. I don't want him to hurt you anymore. I know, but I'm pulled into a hug, the thick, strong arms of my coach begging me to provide support as he leans into me. His breath hangs in the air for a second. Please, please let me protect you. I'll pull him close, nestling my head into his neck. Thank you, Bucky. But I can defend myself now. And I definitely wouldn't have survived this long if it wasn't for you. You starts to break. I'm sorry, Xander. It's okay. You believed in me. But I need you to believe in me for one more fight. But the massive arms binding me start questions instead. My smaller body completely overpowered as he pulls me closer. Anything you need, I'll do it for you. I'm following your lead. The hug breaks so I can finally breathe again. It sounds like we got our work cut out for us. You two have a fight to get ready for, and Bruce and I have some meetings. Are you gonna need anyone here for those anger management thingies? Well, normally we have one. Well, normally we have security nearby for those sessions, but I have a feeling he won't need one. Sandra trusts him, so I do too. I appreciate that, Drayden. He smiles and nods. Let's get to work. Oh, so that was a lot that happened in this video here. So we got to learn about Bruce and his family and how he and the commissioner met, and we got to learn a whole lot about Bruce. So that moment between Xander and Bucky and Drayden, that was, I really enjoyed that scene. To see Bucky care so much for Xander when just about all the other coaches in the thing don't really care about their fighters. It just makes him very special. He's a big, strong guy. He kind of got the kind of tough alpha male behavior in him too, but he very much cares for his fighters. Sure, he trains them to be tough, but he doesn't train them, to just kill each other or severely injure each other. And he regretted not helping Xander much sooner, because he feared for his job. But with how severe things have gotten, he's willing to forfeit his job so he could help Xander and Redline and Bruce. Well, Redline and Xander, really. He's really angry at Bruce for strangling Xander, but he definitely wants to help Xander and Redline out of this situation. And the doctor was angry at Bruce too. He wanted to he decided to report Bruce. But again, I don't think that's really going to happen, because the commissioner, he's the one with firing power, and I don't think the commissioner's going to do that to his #1 champion. So Bruce was very remorseful about what he did, and we don't see that tough guy asshole of his anymore. Even when he's being friendly with both Redline and Xander, he still kind of had some of that tough guy persona in him, even when he was friendly with them. But that has completely disappeared now. He's very, very remorseful and wants to get better for both Redline and Xander. And Bruce had a horrible father. He assaulted him and gave his mother a black eye, and I think when he found out that Bruce was gay, that's when he went severe with it. He just assaulted him. His father really was no more different than Cole, really. I mean, when we saw his father, he really reminded me of Cole. The way Cole treats Redline. He's just like him. And his mother was kind and very supporting of Bruce. I think, at least when it comes to his mother, Bruce had it better than Xander, because in addition to his father, his mother was also bad also. I mean, she was more into the tough guy kind of thing too. I mean, for Xander, he had bad parents also. Bruce, he had a really bad father, but his mother was kind and supporting and tried to seal him from the father. So, also Bruce said that the guys he dated, Bruce said that he's an ace. And those who don't know what ace is, it's kind of like a sorting word for asexual, which means it's a short word for asexual. And it means somebody who doesn't have sex or who are not interested in sexual activity in a relationship. So Bruce had a lot of problems in the past because when he's ace, you date guys who are not ace, that's gonna be some problems, because for Bruce, like when you're ace, I mean, togetherness and company and feelings for each other, that's love. But for a lot of people who are very sexual, who just want to go into sexual activity, for them, love means having sexual activity. And for a lot of people, I mean, it does kind of make, they do so, I mean, sexual activity, like sex, does for them help express their love for somebody else. So I don't think, I mean, it may be true, but I don't think the guys Bruce dated were perverted and just wanted to get his pants. I think for them, that's how they express their love or their feelings for somebody, by having sex. And for Bruce, for him to express love means to accompany somebody and just go out with somebody and just know each other and support each other. So when those two types of people come together, that's going to create a lot of problems. One guy who's very sexual doesn't get what he wants from the guy who's not sexual, who's ace. And the guy who's ace ends up, the guy who is ace is offered something that he doesn't want. So that's a bad combination, but so we'll continue with we'll continue with Undefeated next time. I'm about to say we'll continue with Undefeated next time, and we'll get to hear from Xander's dad. So thank y'all very much for watching. Bye.